Hi and welcome into Rebecca K Crochet. I'm Becky, your yarn host. I just got finished going outside to the garden. That's why I'm wearing a ball hat. And we just came back from Oklahoma City. So I wanted to give you guys a video and an update on what I've been doing. So I went to Oklahoma City to get groceries and to go to Michael's and to go to Ollie's. I'll insert a clip here for the Michael's. I'm in Michael's and this yarn right here is on clearance for $5. Was $9.99. This is Loops and Threads, 5-weight, fluffy flex. They have different colors. This is another end cap. I don't get to Michael's very often, so this is out of the way for me to shop. So taking an inventory of their stuff will help. This is all loops and threads on this side. And then I'll show you the other side here in a second. I'm trying to go slow so I don't make anybody sick. At the end of the aisle, they do have some thread, and then they've got all their tools and stuff over here. Now this is a whole aisle of loops and threads, blanket yarn, and looks like little skinny chenille. That's really thin chenille. You got Karen 1 pounds for $12.99. Again, we got the loops and threads. That's a pretty color right there. Karen Simply Soft down there on the end. Right over here is Karen Simply Soft. This is Heartland right here. And now we're going to go back around the corner. And all their tools and accessories and yarn bowls and winders. More loops and threads. All down through there. And then we have blanket yarn here. This is I Love This, no, Pound of Love right here. And they're still in their bags, which is really nice to store. And they're $11.99. Loops and threads. I'm along the back wall now. I'm gonna turn around and get this other side here. And once I get it videoed, I'm gonna shop. See what I can find. And then we go into the more chenille and blanket yarn. And I think it's on both sides of me. There's empty spaces right there. And then it's all Over here, Burnett, blanket big. And just all kinds of colors. And this is the great big stuff. Great big on this side. And then they go down into some smaller stuff right here. And then it looks like over here, we have the Karen cakes. All down through here. Lots of Karen cakes. And I think that's it, so I will be back. So on the Michaels tour, it was short and sweet. I was looking for the Vortex dupe. I was hoping that Michaels might have a Vortex dupe, but they did not. Let me turn on some light. There we go. They didn't have any dupes for the Vortex, so I didn't buy anything at Michaels. So then I go to Ollie's, and I'll show you what I found at Ollie's. I'm at Ollie's, and this is what they have here. Not a whole lot of yarn. This whole aisle, it's all blanket yarn, every bit of it. Except for one up there on the top, that's a Red Heart Super Saver. That's the only one I see like that, so we will see. Ollie's only had blanket yarn and one skein of Red Heart Super Saver. So I didn't buy anything at Ollie's either. I liked some of the blanket yarn that they had. I really liked the white that goes into the blue. That's my favorite color, blue. And I didn't buy it because I looked at myself and thought, it's getting summer and hot, and it's really hot here today. If you don't know, my air conditioner's on, so it's probably pretty loud, but it's hot, and I'm like, I'm just too hot for this. So we go to the grocery store in between these two trips, to Ollie's and Michael's. We went to Michael's, then we went to the grocery store, and then we went Michael's, then the grocery store, then we went to Ollie's. And at the grocery store, our air conditioner and our pickup didn't work, so I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. It was blowing out hot air. So I thought, oh man, and we've got an hour and a half to go home. This is not gonna be good. So I told my husband, I said, well, it worked on the way down, I don't understand. And I said, maybe we just need to shut the pickup off and turn it back on. So when we went to Ollie's, he was messing with it and he got it to work, so thank goodness. So we didn't have to drive home in the heat, but it's really humid. As I'm gonna insert a clip in just a second, it rained last night, and it rained. We probably got a half to 3/4 of an inch of rain last night. All over the state it looks like, because even Oklahoma City was wet. So everywhere we went was really wet. Now, I'm going to show you some of my projects that I've been working on. Even though my shopping spree was a flop, I got to shop, that was a good thing. But I'm going to show you some of the things I've been working on. I am going to do a tutorial within the next, I'm going to try to get a tutorial up next week. I don't think I'm going to get it this week. If I do, that would be great, but I don't think I will. I'm going to work on it behind the scenes, but I will show you right here a picture or a little clip of, I'm looking at it, of my tunic that it's off the shoulder, or it's not off the shoulder, but it's open shoulders, peekaboo shoulders, or whatever you want to call it. It is a wavy stitch tunic, and this is one of the things I found when we were cleaning, when my son and I were cleaning, and I just had to stitch it together. So I stitched it together, didn't realize I'd put sleeves on it, which I did, and I really like it. So I'm like, this is gonna be, for over a tank top, spaghetti strap, whatever you want to wear it over. Or a bathing suit cover up, because it's long on me. It goes almost down mid-thigh on me, so, and I'm tall, so most people would probably hit their knees. I know my mom, it would hit her knees. So I'm like, that's how I judge everything, is how far down would this go on mom? Well, probably her knees. And so you probably wouldn't want to, unless you're tall like me, you don't want to make it as long as I did. I will probably try to do a tutorial on it. I'm trying to think. I'm going to try to get it up probably next week, because it's not a bad, it's a simple stitch, but getting the tutorial is what's going to take me some time, doing the tutorial, because like I said, I already had most of this done. So I'm going to have to redo, and I want to make another one my size again. So it's going to take me a minute. Okay, I finished this. Don't mind all the tails I haven't woven in my ends yet. But I finished this today. It is a wave pattern. I didn't finish it today. I finished it a couple of days ago. And the bottom of it also waves. So I wanted to show you guys that. It does have a sleeve on it, and the shoulders are peekaboo shoulders. So this is like a cover up or over a tank top or something like that. That's one I've finished. And of course, if you guys have been watching, you know that I made this. This is a little coaster. Haven't woven in my ends yet. I'm using it, but I haven't woven in the ends. I did this dishcloth. This is made out of cotton, I think. Nope, this is just a square for my blanket square. All these have tutorials on the channel. I did a Tunisian dishcloth, and I got a reach. I did this, which is the loopy stitch. I think I already showed that one. I'm not sure. And then that one was a, I'm pulling out stitches. This one's still attached. I just pulled out half of it. I didn't finish it off. I pulled out half of those stitches right there, all that. But this is also another blanket square. This is a real easy square to do. This one, back up, this one is for your Swiffer. That's a Swiffer cover. Then I did this week, which is the hexagon purse. There's a tutorial on my channel this week for that one. And then, and I did this square, which is a really easy, this is the curler stitch. That was a stitch of the week and the square of the week. And then I've got a whole bunch of circles done that just fell on the floor. But I've put them together, and this is how big my blanket's gonna be. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares put together, and then I stitched it back so I could start with the next one. And I have some already done that I need to, like this one. I have several done, and I dropped a whole bunch on the floor, but so that one's coming along. So let me insert if I haven't already, I will insert the tunic here so you can see the tunic. And I've only got a few stitches done on my hexagon. I've only got a few of them put on my hexagon because I was working on the tunic. And so I have another tunic that I've also been working on that is right here. Hang on. I will get it. Everything's just out of reach. I've been working on this one. And this one is more, I would not wear this because of the holes. These holes are pretty, I mean, I can stick my thumb in them. These holes are pretty good size. I know a lot of people, you know, you could wear it for a cover up. When I get it done, you could wear it for a cover up over a bathing suit or something. I'll probably wear a tunic underneath it. But let me put I'll insert the cardigan here if I haven't already. And the next thing is the garden. That's where we were at right before I came in here. That's why I have a ball cap on. That's why you can't see my face very good. But the garden is doing really, really well. It's actually doing phenomenal. I was shocked when I went out there today because I have pictures that I sent my son that was 2 days ago. And there was a zucchini out there that was about the size of my first finger. So, you know, it was about this big around and about that long. And today I go out there and I was like, oh my gosh, I'll probably be picking it tomorrow. Zucchini grows really, really fast if you don't know. It grows super, super fast. And my hubby planted so much zucchini that we're gonna be zucchini poor. I was like, it's perfect in that, you know, enough zucchini is 2 plants, a plant per person. 2 plants for us. That's it. That's all we need. But he's used to market gardening and he plants because that's what we're used to. I mean, we just go to town. We don't know any different anymore. We've done the market garden, or we did the market garden for 10 years. And when COVID hit, we quit the market garden. And so it was kind of like, well, this is our first year, because we've been in a drought. We've been in a really bad drought. And this is our first year to have the garden again, and it's just been phenomenal. And you'll see the zucchini, the tomatoes. I'll even show you a little bitty cucumber getting ready because everything's blooming now. We don't have most of the stuff that we plant. We didn't plant corn this year because we've been in such a drought. We don't have our okra planted because we don't normally plant it until the 1st of June because it's not warm enough. And our peppers are blooming. And so the cucumbers, the tomatoes, the peppers, and zucchini and the squash are all blooming, and I have babies on everything. And not the peppers yet. It's still a little bit too cool for the peppers, but they are blooming. And the green beans, or they're not green beans, they're Anasazi beans. And if you don't know what Anasazi beans are, they are red and white. I call them cow beans, but they are, if you can find them, they're better than pinto beans. They don't create as much gas in your system. They have more protein, they're higher in protein, and they are a smoother to eat, softer bean than a pinto bean, but they have almost the same texture. But when you cook them, the red leaves, and so you're just left with kind of a brownish, tannish color bean. But they are so good. So my husband we bought them at the grocery store. My husband took the last of my Anasazi beans and just threw them out in the yard. I was like, what are you doing? He said, well, it was gonna rain, so I just had to get them out there. I have an 8-foot wide swash of beans that we're gonna have to let die on the vine because they're gonna be harvested as regular, like pinto beans. And I was just like, I don't get this. And it's an experiment. We always have something we experiment with because that makes it fun. So it was an experiment. It was the last of, because I can't find the Anasazi beans here anymore. We used to get them in the store all the time. So now we have to grow them if we want them. So I was like, well, we'll just grow them. I can order them online, and you can order them online on Amazon. I do know Amazon has them. But, you know, it's easier to grow them myself. It's better. I'll just say it's better. Other than that, that's pretty much all I have to tell you. I'm going to insert a clip right here of the garden. You will see probably my husband out there. He is with me out in the garden. And he's normally with me in the garden because we work the garden together usually. So you'll hear him talking. You'll hear both of us talking in the garden. So I hope you enjoyed my little garden clip. I hope you enjoy all the other clips that I've put in here. And I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm out in the garden and here's the cucumbers. This is how much they've grown. We've got them staked and trellised. These are growing up pretty good all the way through. Our tomatoes are doing really well. I'm gonna come down here and show you some tomatoes. You can see them right there. If I don't, I'm gonna get muddy. It rained really good last night. And there's a whole bunch of tomatoes in there and more back in there. I don't know if you can see them. Right back in there. And there's more all the way down. There's one right in there. And we've got to trellis this one. We don't have them trellised yet, but there's some more down in there. I don't know if you can see them right there. Some weeds sprang up last night. We'll have to get those. Peppers are blooming. As you can tell by this sign right here, I don't know if you can see that, but there's mud splatter everywhere. These are all blooming. Here's some decent sized tomatoes right down in here. I'm not walking all the way back in there. Some more cucumbers. Not very many. More peppers. And some more peppers. These are getting tall. These are about knee tall. And if you can see, these have blooms on them now. All the way down through there. This is our squash. These plants are about knee tall, knee high. There's a baby squash underneath there. There's a baby and there's one right there. And we've got a few more squash plants down through there. Some more. You're not picking them, are you?
No, please.
Okay. There's some more. Whoops, sorry. My hand's in the way. There's some more tomatoes. My hubby's out here picking. Or I think he's pulling weeds. And more tomatoes. And another deal of tomatoes. And you can see my hubby's head right there. We had a turtle eat a tomato right here. And it turned red. Okay, now here's the zucchini. Our zucchini is going crazy. So, I'm gonna sink in the mud. Here's my hand.
These are almost ready right here, but
Here's my hand. And that zucchini is huge.
come look down through there though. There's gonna
Okay.
be some tomorrow the next day ready.
Yeah, I see this right here. They've got one right here. I'm gonna have to step over this way because I'm sinking in the mud. There's a baby zucchini. I showed you guys this zucchini on the last video right here. And it'll be ready to pick tomorrow. And here's another one that's got a bloom on it right here. It may be ready tomorrow also. And there's more blooms down in there.
That plant is sticking up down there, waist high, is huge.
Yeah,
It's got all kinds of them.
it's massive. This is all zucchini. These are huge. And there's baby zucchini down in there. Well, I'm sorry you're upset.
That's a really woodpecker.
Yeah. I'm not hurting him. He can just talk. There's more blooms coming up. We're going to have zucchini out our ears.
Right down
I'd never thought it would do this
that
good.
next plant right down below you.
Okay, so this plant is probably close to 36 inches tall. It's about 3 foot off the ground. And all of that will be ready, especially this one and this one We'll probably be ready to pick tomorrow. Now that the sun is out, we haven't had sunshine in probably 2 weeks. That dusty mildew stuff will go off of our plants, but my early girls are over here, or not early girls, but Juliet's and our cherry tomatoes are right in there. Black cherry. Black cherry bombs, I think is what they're called. And that's it. Let me go over to the green beans and I'll be right back. Here's our green bean patch. You can see right here is a little hoop house that we have. A small one. We have a big one in the backyard. It needs a top on it. We have some weeds in there. This patch is almost 8 foot wide. I don't know why he did what he did, but he just came out and broadcast them. And we've got they're not green beans, they're Anasazi beans. But there's blooms. There's blooms on it, and I thought there was beans. I saw beans the other day, so. There's weeds. Should be easy to pull, but that one's not. Just broke it off. And that's our garden. I just saw this bloom. I wanted to show you the bloom on the cucumber. If I can pull the cucumber leaf out. There's the cucumber and there's the bloom. So it won't be too long and we'll have cucumbers. Forgot to show you this one. Okay, so I told you guys that I was going down a rabbit hole of diamond painting. Well, I did some diamond painting. These are coasters. I almost forgot they were sitting right here. I finished these up on Saturday night. No, Friday night. Saturday morning. I think I got up and finished the last one Saturday morning. But you can see a little bit of the sparkle. I have not sealed these yet. God, dropped one. I have got the dropsies today. I've been dropping everything. This one reminds me kind of a sunflower, sort of. So I have done some diamond painting. That's about all the diamond painting that I have done. I haven't done any more. It's been mainly crochet. Like I said, every once in a while I'll do a palette cleanser of something different, some other craft, but it doesn't last very long. And then I'm like, boop, back to crochet, because crochet is my passion. So anyway, okay, so that is my video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe if this is something that you want to see. Mostly it is crochet. Once, maybe twice a week, I'll put a little blip in here of my garden and what I'm doing with my garden or my produce. And when I get to pick it, I'll probably show you what I harvested and that kind of stuff. But if you would, like, subscribe, share it with a friend if you want to. And I will see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your day.